Welcome back, my friends, to Great Day on this Monday morning. We are, of course, in the midst of summer, so most of us are not thinking about our chimney or the fireplace. But as it turns out, our next guest says you should be. Here to explain why is James Anderson of Approved Home Improvements. James, how are you, sir?
Just fine.
Nice to have you here. We're going to answer a few of James's frequently asked questions that his customers bring to him. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay. I know the answer to this one because I've been out on some of your job sites before, and he's taught me a lot. But a lot of people will come to you and they'll say, you know, I know why the chimney cover's there, right? It acts as a spark arrestor, prevents fire from spreading to the neighbors' homes. But what if I'm not using the chimney? Do I really need a chimney cover?
You do, and we've been running into this quite frequently because there's a lot of things that got put off. People are finally getting around to doing things. Prices went up on everything.
Right.
So we've been going out a lot now. People got blue tarps on their chimneys because they didn't use them. They didn't want to invest in a cover, so they just threw a tarp over it. The problem with that is when you get all the rain, the humidity, and the moisture, the water don't have to go in through the tarp. It's going to be absorbed in through the complete home, and then it can't evaporate. So you've trapped it in your chimney structure, actually causing damage where you think you're trying to prevent it.
Wow, so the tarp, which was intended to keep the moisture out, you may just be growing mold and mildew.
You might have
and
a science lab inside that fluid.
Well, that sounds like fun. Okay, so don't do that. Just spring for the chimney cover, which is not very expensive, by the way.
No, and that's why the chimney cover keeps the rain out, but it allows the air to breathe, and the chimney needs to breathe,
Got it.
whether you use it or not.
Okay, a lot of people use the phrase bad mortar, right? They'll see maybe some chunks of mortar, or maybe even pieces of brick coming out, and they'll say, oh, I got some bad mortar. Is that really a thing?
That's a thing at the time it's falling out of your chimney. It completely is a thing.
Sure.
But it's completely preventable. It had nothing to do when the mortar was put in. So that goes back to the maintenance part of your chimney. Bricks must be sealed and preserved. So when they're not, moisture gets in, gets froze, trapped, it causes damage. So when you don't notice your chimney needs anything, it's the best time to do something because it's like an oil change on your car. It's preventive maintenance,
right,
and it will prevent that from happening in the future.
So it's not as if you got a bad batch of mortar. The mortar was fine when it went in there, but it wasn't properly protected and preserved.
Over time, it needs to be preserved.
Makes perfect sense. All right, another common question. I have a chimney cover, people will say, and as far as I can tell, the bricks look fine, the fireplace looks fine, but I'm still seeing water seeping in. How is that possible?
Okay, so this is one of the last components to the top of your chimney. The top of your chimney is made of concrete, or mortar, to be more specific. Mm-hmm. Your roof has asphalt shingles on it. It's 100% waterproof. Your chimney, concrete is not. Water gets on your sidewalk, it looks dry, it's inside the concrete. Again, if you get a freeze cycle in that process, it's going to damage the chimney. And you have internal parts that can damage also. But focusing on the outside, there's products that can be added in your preservation package that makes that crown 100% waterproof, which is going to prevent the future damage from that happening.
And these preservation packages James is talking about, much, much cheaper than the actual repair.
They're very cheap, very affordable.
Right now, by the way, Approved Home Improvements offering 20% off plus a chimney cleaning with inspection on all external chimney repairs completed by July 31st. And if you call today, they'll double that discount. That's incredible. So call Approved Home Improvements at 314-780-6080. James, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Well,